Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Motorsport for some racing. Now, for this session, we are racing A-Class cars fitted with inline 5 engines. You see, there's a lot more options when it comes to engine swaps in motorsport. The inline 5 that was never really used very much can now be found in a lot more cars. So we're going to do a race featuring them, and I'm on the outside, and we have run out of road there. Everything here has got inline 5 engines. I think there's a couple of cars that started life with one. A lot of them, though, did not. My Supra, for example, did not start off life with with one. We will, see how it all goes. I have just lost all game sound. I don't know whether it's being recorded. I think it is. But I currently have absolutely zero game sound. I think something's gone awry. That's fine. This can only be good news for me, surely. How am I going to... God, doing manual gears with absolutely no sound and pouring rain. I think I'm in the wrong gear actually out of there. I think I should have gone down to fourth. I can tell when to change up because the controller vibrates a little bit, but I'm going to have to guesswork on the downshift. But never mind, it's fine. It's fine. We can recover from all of this. Oh, we are on the inside. So my Supra is all grip. I struggled actually to build cars for this one. I tried a few things and a lot of them didn't quite work. The Supra I liked. Because it's got absolutely ginormous tyres on it. I think they're 355s at the rear. As you can see, through a corner like that, we have got tremendous grip. Now, the downsides for me are I don't really have any straight line speed whatsoever. Look, it's, there are advantages, there are strengths and weaknesses to my car. It has no top end, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make to have a car that handles very, very well in the end of this. Steve is going to try to go around the outside. I think is going to struggle to pull that one off. I've probably got one of the grippy. I mean, there are a few all-wheel drive cars, and there are no rules about drive lines. You could run whatever you wanted with the drive lines. There's a lot of Porsches in this one. I presume most of them are rear-wheel drive. The Focus, for example, that'll be all-wheel drive. Don't know what tyres it's on, because that's quite a high starting PI car, I would think. There might be some cars. Most vehicles in A-Class you will find on slicks. Hell, most of the racing, unless it's specifically banned, you are unlikely to see fast cars running anything other than slicks. Oh, God, I'm not 100% sure where I am needing to brake for some of these corners in this car. The lack of sound is unbelievably disconcerting. I don't know why it's turned off. I presume something's gone wrong with my speakers. Provided you are getting sound. It looks like from what I can see in Elgato it gets sound. But, the all-wheel drive cars will have some advantages in all of this. Although... there's Lombards and a Dino, I believe, up at the front. I know there was another Supra up there. Oh, we got a twitch coming off of that corner. So this is the section where we are quite strong. Gliska's Aston Martin. So I absolutely adore the Vantage, the V600. Fantastically cool car. Amazing that gets an i5. I mean, that the engine in that is a thing of beauty. Twin supercharged. It's a British muscle car, is what the Vantage is. It's a fantastic vehicle. But yeah, it gets an i5, which is really cool. It is great to see different cars getting different engines. There's loads and loads of vehicles get loads and loads of different engines. It's a shame the upgrade system is complete and utter garbage, that you can't really have the most fun with it. Or Steve has got the pass done and then almost threw it away on the next corner. We are trying to set this one up at some point, but I don't think I've quite got the pace of them. I think the Porsche is maybe a little faster than me, certainly through the first half of the lap. We will be quicker on the second half once the going gets twistier. We really get into the section. I mean, Lombard's actually not a million miles away down the road in this one. Come on, Supra. There we go. We're not actually that far back. We've had a much better lap, kind of following Steve. I'm getting there in terms of some sort of comfortableness, familiarity with the Supra. Steve's going to just outrun Speed Slap's Focus. The Focus, I'm going to guess, pretty much along the lines of my car, is all grip and really no straight line speed. We get a bump in the braking zone, which did not help matters for us there. Now, can we... So the Vantage, we know the Vantage is very fast down the straight. The even with this i5 engine, most of us, almost all of us, are going to be running the same engine, with, of course, varying levels of power. The Aston Martin, being a big, heavy boat, will probably have a lot of PI to play with, so probably can have a whole boatload of power in it. That's one thing. I'm struggling to get my gears right. I know we are definitely not optimizing everything with this. Although we look faster in a straight line than Stevie's Supra, which is surprising considering mine is built literally. I don't think you could really get much more grip in this. If I tried everything, it actually ballasted up a little bit to get more PI, to get more handling parts in the car. We went to that level to try and get it to what I wanted it to be. So I'm surprised that Stevie didn't just come blasting past us down a straight there. Now, Gliska is starting to struggle at the front of this little group. Gliska is battling away with Steve. We have got a good run, but Speed will move across and cover the inside. We may be able to go around the outside here. We have got the car to do this. If any car's going to be able to go around the outside of that corner, it's probably the Supra, which we do. I'll take that one. In the pouring wet conditions, the all-wheel drive Ford did not have enough grip to fight us off there. I think the Focus is just struggling with a lack of speed. I'm going to guess heavy. I'm going to guess a bit like my Supra here. It's got a lot of weight. Of course, the all-wheel drive will, nerf the PI even more. We defended that one quite aggressively. I was actually a little bit too late on the brakes. Wasn't intending to defend that as hard as I did, but yeah, we're cutting that one a little bit risky. Gliska is fighting away with that Porsche. So I think the Porsche is quick down the straights, right? But the Porsche is not quicker than the Aston Martin, so is now getting held up through the corners, and then by turn one, Gliska's gone. And then we're going to be left for dead by both of them. Stevie is now through up into 7th. Yeah, so Gliska and Steve can bugger off, fight each other, and then I can catch them in the twisty. I mean, this is awful conditions. These are some of... So when we do these events, the weather is set to random when I load it in, and the game just selects, and we run whatever condition it selects. In this case, this is the rainstorm. It is awful weather. It is the worst rain, amongst the worst rain you are going to find. Stevie is behind there, having a little bit of a nose, so I don't think it's going to quite be close enough, because we can gain all the way through here. But even if we get close enough, we're going to have to pass at the corkscrew. Because if we pass at the final corner, it's irrelevant. They're just going to outrun me to the line. So we'd have to pass at the corkscrew, or ideally, I mean, if we could pass... you see, even if I pass them through here, they're going to probably just outrun me up the hill. So what you want to do is you want to pass at the corkscrew so that you can then go through the next couple of corners and then be out of range by the time you get to the final corner. In theory, because this is a big theory, because they're just going to pull away as we go up towards the corkscrew now. We are late on the brakes here. I mean, we can probably get off the corkscrew a lot better than the pair of them, but where do you shove the nose to look for a way past? Try and take a tight line through here. I mean, we can close in, and Gliska's doing a very, very good job here of not really, it's not even really having to defend so much at the moment. And I will end up helping Gliska here in this battle for 4th, because I can compromise Steve in a lot of ways as I'm looking for a way past. Unfortunately, of course, Steve is then compromising me, and that helps Stevie out, which we don't want. Can we chase Stevie across? There's too many Stevies around. We chased Stevie across the road as much as I could fairly, and unfortunately, yeah, in my battle with the cars ahead, Stevie's up the inside, but cannot... Well, there's an overlap, but it's a very small overlap, and Stevie will get alongside, but he's going to be on the wrong side for the next corner. We will keep this position. I don't think... you see, we went around the outside of the Focus, but I don't think many cars are going to be able to go around the outside of me unless they are driven by just the so much better driver, essentially. We're once again close through here, but I do run the risk of if I go too aggressive trying to find a way past the 2 cars ahead, we're going to lose out to the car behind. Steve is still looking for a way past that Aston. It is just a blue and pink roadblock up ahead. Gliska moves across the defense, and again, just the Porsche cannot get close enough. Gliska can just move it across just a little bit, just to say, I'm going to cover that inside, and then it just accelerates away. We got a bit too sideways, bouncing off the curb. We've got a couple more laps to go, a couple more chances. Gliska defending heavily into the corkscrew. Stevie is having a look around the outside, but again, not going to make that one stick. through here. Gliska's again defensive. And this is just starting to create a train now, because I can't get past because they just run away from me in a straight line. Stevie can't get past me because our cars are very, very similar. I mean, I almost don't want to go for a dive on these cars ahead of me, because if I do, we're going to be vulnerable down at turn 1. We need, we'll get a good run out of there. We get a little bit too much of a slide on the exit, a little bit too eager on the power. This time I can defend turn 1 properly from Stevie. Yeah, we booted it and slid the car around quite a lot. Stevie's going to look to the outside at the first corner. I mean, I've got into a little bit of the rhythm with the gears. I don't know whether I'm probably not quite doing it right. I'm doing the best I can given the scenario. Longbow has started to pull away. We're hindered a little bit in this. I might not quite be able to match the Dino for ultimate pace. We are hindered a little bit by the cars ahead in places. But, you know, we're having a fantastic fight. I'd rather be in this fight than running around at the front on my own. As much as I like to win, I do like to be in a fight. Can we do anything? Again, we're closer than we've ever been. But we just cannot part. We can't part. If it was one of them, we might be able to do something. But there's 2 of them. I don't know whether I desync bumped Steve there a little bit. It looked like the car got bumped forward, but it's just a little bit of jittery lag going on that's making this one difficult for me. We need the Porsche to make an error somewhere, or we need... that's what we needed. We need to be very fast through there. The problem is they're now side by side. So even if I want to send it up the inside, I can't, because they're busy being side by side. Gliska could be in trouble pulling that up in time. I think Gliska is off. Gliska is in the wall and will try and recover, but the Aston Martin just asked too much under brakes on the final lap of the race. Can we find a way past Steve in the closing stages? I don't think we can. I should maybe have sent it to the inside there. We're looking and looking and looking around the outside, but we've got to defend from behind now. Oh, we are going to have a lazy look. I wasn't really trying to get up the inside of the Porsche there. Mostly trying to defend from Stevie. However, we all managed to behave ourselves and avoid having a big contact. It was a great fun race. Fantastic battle, even if I lost all of my sound. Oh dear, I will take that. Fantastic fun. Longbow took victory. Rusky got second with the Evo. How far? I actually have no idea. I think we could almost ignore fastest laps. We were in massive, massive fights through all of that. But yeah, the Dino and the Evo definitely quick up at the front. Evo maybe not a big surprise, of course, being all-wheel drive. The S2000 gets on the podium. Steve did get that 4th ahead of a couple of Supras. Gliska unlucky at the end. It's really easy to make, and then we have a whole plethora of Porsches rounding out the top 10. Shadow's Audi quick, but started further back. The S1, again, all-wheel drive. Oh, mad race. An awful lot of fun, though. Yeah, enjoyed that one. We head to Catalonia for our next race. Ooh, I am a long way back on the grid for this one. This probably not as good a track for me as Laguna in terms of my vehicle strengths. This long straight is a problem. We will be quick in places. Good news though, do have sound this time around. I can hear my car, which is good, which is helpful. So yeah, that's a plus point. Oh, I went down one too many gears, and we are around. Whoa! And now we are stuck, and I have a feeling I don't think there's much Impega could have done there because we were suddenly very slow mid-corner, and yeah, we could have caught it had there not been a car on the outside. Yeah. Typical, I can't hear. I was doing better with gears than when I can hear. I think the first and second gear in this car is incredibly short. So yeah, you don't really go below 3rd with this one, and I just messed it up. But yeah, just the bunching up of the vehicles at the start is difficult, and yeah, when we're suddenly just a little bit slower in there than we would have liked, is easy to get in trouble. So we are going to have a hell of a recovery drive here. Now, but there we go, right into the hairpin we head, and out the other side, hopefully we can start clear. With the new layout of this circuit, my very, very grippy Supra doesn't quite get the same advantages that it would have got at the other layout, because that slow section would probably be where my Supra was very, very fast. It's just not able to gain as much time around here as it would have been able to, where it's strong is, yeah, not a... where it would be strongest doesn't actually exist anymore. So it's not too bad through sort of like this turn 1, 2, 3 area. I'm not sure I'm really extracting the most out of this car, particularly at the moment. It is, so the other downside that you do, so the other downside with this build is to get all the tyres and suspension and gearbox and all of that in the vehicle. I have had to put a lot of ballast in it, so it's actually quite heavy. It's £3,500, which for a car, for me on Motorsport, is it's a good chunk of weight, shall we say. We're almost in this fight between an Evo and a Porsche. So let's see what we can do if we can catch up to it. We haven't done, I mean, Pegga's Audi is clearly much faster than we are around here. Because while it did get going and we made a couple of little errors, it's also just pissed off up the road. So I'm not sure. I mean, I think the whole train of cars up ahead, the leaders haven't really. I'm kind of keeping time with the leaders, which makes me think they're probably fighting each other. And it's actually just a really big line of cars. I think they're just all struggling, sort of fighting each other up there. We are going to bounce around over the curves now. Yeah, the best we can get is 15th, barring Brazen is up to the front of the race now. But yeah, the best we can get is 15th, barring cars making mistakes, because I don't think we're going to have time. Even if we have speed, I don't think we're going to have time to really get much further. Can I duck underneath on the exit here? I mean, we have definitely got the speed. We give the Evo a little hurry-up bump. I've got more pace through here, but it's difficult to use it. Can we go for an overtake into the final corner? We can. Don't put the Evo on the grass. Yeah, that's the issue though, is I just got no. I can do that. I didn't quite know whether I wanted what gear I wanted. The answer was should have stayed in 5th really, but yeah, it can just run away from us down the straight. I could dive it into turn 1, but I'm not sure. We could maybe have got that one stopped. My better bet is going to be through turn 3. I don't know whether I can just plain go around the outside of it here. We might be able to. Do I have enough grip in the Supra? We do, to at least keep it there. It's not going to be finished, so we're going to be on the outside for turn 4. If we can continue this one, it will be the inside for the next corner, which I cannot quite hold. We're going to have to. Well, the Evo continues to defend. One of these times, we will either make this work around the outside, or we will sneak a move in a different way. We've caught up to the Porsche a little bit. Porsche quicker down the straights, struggles more in the corners than we are currently. I mean, we're having a fun. Actually, having caught up, we're having a fun battle here. The Evo got unsettled on the curbs there. Now we are to the inside, and that will be us past, and that'll be us up a position. Although we've now sat it up on the curbs. It didn't like that. Yeah, car does not like the curbs. Got to be a little bit mindful of that one. Evo to the outside will not be passing us there. Now, how do we get past the Porsche? It clearly doesn't have the grip through this section, for example, but I'm going to guess it makes up for it by blasting away down the straight when it gets there. Yeah, see through here, for example, we've got to have a big lift. Oh, I can be a lot quicker through there than the Porsche, and likewise here. Oh, the closing speeds are huge. We were vaguely keeping pace with the lead. It's all gone now because we were stuck fighting. I mean, it is more fun. I would rather be fighting than hot lapping at this point. This is the final lap of the race. What can we do about finding a way past? The Porsche defends down into the first corner. It's going to make itself very slow. If you're struggling for grip already, you're going to struggle when you start defending. Are they going to cover the inside? Do they have the grip to cover the inside? I didn't think they did, so I was trying to sort of set it up for a run, but they still got the car back across in time. Okay, do we take a big dive here? No, I don't think so. They kind of park it in the middle. We might be able to do the pass that I was looking to do against the Evo here, which I think we can do. Porsche's going to get a little bit of a slide. We will hold our ground here, force that Porsche to go the long way around. They're going to try and cut back underneath us, which is fine. Oh, the Evo's gone for a trip into the gravel trap back there. Ooh, why did that get very squirrely all of a sudden? Don't know. Did not like that all too much. something very funky occurred under braking. I don't know whether maybe I put a little bit of steering input in a weird way or bobbled a curb. I didn't think I did, but yeah, didn't like that. Get off that curb. Well, we kind of sat up on top of the curb but got away with it. Now, we do need to be far enough away that we don't get past to the line, thankfully. While it's not quite as good a final sector for my car as it once was, we should still be better through the final couple of corners, although, yeah, not the greatest piece of driving I've done this race. We recovered all right to have, yeah, a little bit of fun, but, yeah, a little bit overdriven trying to catch up, and I just don't think quite had the pace around this circuit. We will cross the line in a 15th. We found some cars to have a battle with. That is what matters. Yeah, it really didn't have the pace. Did not have the pace at all around there. Brazen would take a victory in that one. Very close between Brazen and Rusky. Up there, two Lambos in 3rd and 4th. Porsche up in 5th ahead of an RS6. How far we could have got, I don't know. But, yeah, probably... I reckon we could have maybe got the times down a little bit more to sort of where Ninetales is. That kind of a lap time, maybe. Don't know. I don't think the car particularly suited that track. However, after a terrible start, at least we had some fun. We head to Mugello for our final race. I have not had much luck when it comes to grid spots. Neither has Impega. I can see that Audi behind us. We are not great off the line. I know that. My gearbox doesn't help that. I am aware. Ollie is even slower than me in a straight line with that Evo 10. God, everything is way faster down the straight than I am. Oh, there was contact between a couple of Porsches. We went to go around the outside, but could not quite. Oh, Pega's made some contact with Ollie. We have got really stuck with nowhere to go. Oh, I don't know what went on there. 3 into 1 really didn't go. And so I think maybe some cars couldn't see some cars. Well, the way those acted was quite extreme, but yeah, it might have just been a 3 into 1 not fitting. Other than that, it's actually been relatively tame. Oh, Chris with the Austin and an RS2 have got stuck together. There is some dust and sand being kicked up there. We are currently just in the survival stage of this race. The back end got a little bit leery through there. There's a Focus a little bit slow mid-corner. We are going to sneak our way up the inside. Got on the grass and it was bobbling around. Steve tried to cut back underneath the Ford, just didn't realise there was going to suddenly be a Toyota there. We are going to try, although it's now 3 wide, which is not ideal. We are on the preferred line though, into here. Do I have the grip to clear the RS3 and the Jag? I do. The Focus is sliding around. I mean, we've had a pretty... Considering we were dead last in turn 1, we have carved our way through the pack quite nicely in all of this. The Focus is having a think about it. It is going to have a slide on the exit. We are going to get the run, but we are on absolutely the wrong line through here. You're not going to go side by side like that through that section and get out the other side in one piece. We can send it. Okay, so maybe a little moving in the braking I wasn't quite expecting. We've still sent it and got the car to the inside. Danger Man leads the way with, I believe it's a Gullwing Mercedes, although I'm not completely sure. I spot a familiar sight up in front. It's an Aston Martin that's a monster down the straight, and we're going to get... So the Focus, I think in between race 1 and 3, that Focus has been rebuilt, so it's completely different to the car we raced in the first race. Oh god, here comes that Porsche with all of its straight line speed. That is coming, launching towards us. I'm just going to kind of defend and just be a little bit sensible through turn 1. No, wrong gear. 4th was what I wanted on the exit. Now the question is, can Steve actually follow through this section well enough? Will I get stuck behind some of the cars ahead that don't quite have the grip that we do? And will I? Yeah, who knows what I can do? Whether we can make the most of our grip. Grumples is side by side with Ollie's Evo 10. I've got good momentum here, but this is a really tricky place to show the nose. And the problem is, even if we get alongside, we're on such a tight line, we struggle to do it. The Aston Martin is once again creating a big old train. We are on the outside of speed slap, and we will pass, and we will complete that manoeuvre. Grumples is hang out wide and is a little bit slow into here, but it can't do anything. Oh, there's a cloud of tyre smoke. Couldn't see. No one could see through the tyre smoke on that one. I'm going to guess a wheel was put on the dirt, and Ollie is around in front. That's the worst place to be. There's just nothing we can do. We could see the smoke. You just couldn't see where the cars were in it. So I think Longbow maybe either there was contact on the exit of a corner that led to a spin, or it was a wheel on the grass that led to the spin. And then you're just coming up a blind corner while we are all side by side, and no one can see where the car is. I only saw the car on the right-hand side of the road. I guess there was a car in the smoke because I was kind of seeing vehicles check up. But yeah, that's a really horrible one to have to do. We survived the chaos of the first lap, but we could not survive the chaos of the second lap. Like it's one of those. It's a blind corner, and it's a bad time for all. Right, we've lost some time. I mean, Ollie came out worse. We came out sort of second worst from all of that. Liam's got some straight line speed in the Donkavort. So the Donkavort does have an i5 engine to start with, one of the few cars actually running its own engine, a natural engine. However, you have very little PI to work with. You don't even get a race gearbox, you don't get race tyres, you don't get slicks on it. So it's a difficult car to make work for this, essentially. But Liam is giving it a go, which I'm impressed by. I wouldn't be able to make one work particularly well, but the train of Gliska is going to reform. I think Impega's broken free of it, but the train of Gliska is about to completely reform with just a different selection of cars now behind. Grumples might be in the... Grumples. Steve might be in the best place with that Porsche. It's one of the few cars that can give the Aston a... well, it's not as fast as the Aston in a straight line, but we saw what it was like in race 1. It can probably be one of the few cars that can get close to the Aston down a straight. But then it gets mugged in the corners as Grumples has got past with a Celine, and now the Celine's trying to find a way past the Aston. We've got a Maya reverses focused directly in front of us that I am trying to profit from when there is some opportunities. And this is just all going to bunch us up. Oh, Gliska's out wide. The Aston Martin runs wide, or it may have got a bump from the Celine. I didn't see. We were busy in our own fight here. There was really only half a gap to look through there for the Supra. What can we do here? The Celine is looking side by side with the Aston, but of course, even if it holds it, that's why you don't go side by side through there. That's why I backed out last lap. It's very difficult to hold it too wide through that section and not end up on the gravel, especially when you think, when you consider, well, the chances are you just, even if you got past the Aston's just going to run away from you down the straight, and you might as well save it for another point. We're all starting to get stacked up now, and Liam's Donkavort is about to come soaring past. The Amira is about the same speed I am in a straight. We will catch thanks to a little bit of slipstream. The cars ahead are going and out of range for the moment. The Aston Martin didn't pull on as many of them as I expected. I think maybe the DBE 4 is actually not too bad in terms of pace. The Amira may get a little bit hung out to dry here. We are going to try and follow the gap that Liam made through there. Now I'm stuck in traffic. This is the typical fail rate. This is the typical way I build cars, and the curse I get is if we get stuck in traffic in the wrong way, it is just... we are losing a lot of lap time because I cannot go as quick through these corners as I want to. Now, are we far enough? No, not really far enough alongside to make that one work. Now we've got Gliska. We have the Gliska train up ahead. Now we've got the Liam train going on. Similar outcome, very different car leading it. What can I do? Can I sneak? See, I want to sneak underneath Speed Slap, who is trying to do exactly the same to Liam that I'm doing to their Focus. The Amira's here to watch. The Evo 10's recovered surprisingly well. Maybe it didn't fall back as far as I thought it did from that spin. We are just very stuck at the moment. If I take a dive on the Ford, all I end up doing is now crashing into Liam. Oh, the Evo's very sideways. I mean, it's a great race. Again, another good fun race to be a part of. I'd much rather be in this pack than running around, as I said before, on my own. However, yeah, the Supra's one of the cars. I mean, I built a few of these. That is a very, very good time trial-y car, but in an actual racing situation, because it really lacks that straight line speed, it's very difficult to make forward progress. I think I actually went down one too many gears there a little bit as well. Sorry, engine. Thankfully, we are only running we're running tyres and fuel damage-wise. Liam got a bit boxed in, but he's just got too much straight-line speed. Now, the thing is, with this group of cars, Liam is the only one with any straight-line speed. No one's quick down the straight here. Ollie's Evo 10 is technically, the stats-wise, Ollie's Evo 10 is the slowest car here. The stat screen is never the most reliable, but still, God, we've got so much more grip than the cars ahead. I didn't realise Liam was just going to be... So Liam can't carry crazy amounts of corner speed with that Donkervoort. While it is light, the tyres make a huge difference. So I apologise to the Focus. Didn't intend to go into the back of you. They just had to check up, and I was already committed with how much speed I was trying to get through the corners. God, this is very frustrating. At some point, we're going to have to just send it and say damn to it, because we are getting really, really held up. But every acceleration zone, they just get away. My best bet is going to be almost a surprise manoeuvre. The problem is now I've got Ollie trying to do the same thing to me that I'm trying to do to the cars ahead, because I think the Evo 10 might actually handle even better than I do. Ollie is going to look to the inside there. Don't think it's going to quite work, and they've got to be careful because Celine is now around the outside. Gliska is now going to back us all up again. It was the Liam train. It's now back to being the Gliska train. It's just a traffic jam of race cars. Brazen is leading the way. I don't know if Brazen's on their own or whether there is anyone up there. We've not really seen much of this race. Yeah, I feel like we've definitely got a lot more pace than we have been able to use. We push the Focus through that corner. What can we do with one more lap to go? Now it's the Celine behind us having a look. Because even if I take a big lunge... Oh, yeah, I'm taking a big lunge. I'm taking that. Liam got in a little bit of a tangle. Don't know whether there was contact, but yeah, the thing is, it doesn't matter. The thing is, we've got this move done as they all fell over one another. It might matter for keeping ahead of the Focus. That might struggle to catch us now. And we know the Celine's not that quick down the straights. It's been a manic race. It'd be great fun. This is the sort of racing that we want. The Donkervoort's actually run out of speed at 150, which is interesting to know. The things that we've got to be careful because the car's behind me. The Celine is very quick and very grippy. The Evo we know is very grippy. It struggles for straight line speed. We are all over the curves, looking for any advantage I can get against Liam's Donkervoort. Can we send it somewhere? But much like we were having with everything else we've raced so far, it just accelerates far enough away that I can't. Although this might be a good opportunity. No, not there. Could have maybe gone for it to the inside through this section. The fact that Grumples and Ollie are fighting each other has really helped me. Whoa. Yeah, I want to go quicker through these corners as well, guys. I am limited by Aston and Donkervoort ahead, as they are limited by Supra ahead. Ollie's going to look to the outside, but I think he's going to struggle with that one. I'm going to get boxed in here, something chronic, but then Ollie's going to get boxed in through the next one. Well, don't get pushed on the gravel. It's getting very impatient. It's the final lap of the race. Everyone is looking. Ollie put a rear wheel on the grass there. He's going to struggle. We are trying to sneak up the inside. Oh, we got a little push. Oh, we put Liam round, straighten Liam up. I couldn't straighten Liam up. I mean, we got a little bit of an assist. I don't know how much we were able to do on that one. Yeah, I mean, it's... When we've been, not blocked, we've been stuck for an entire race, we've got to try something. But Liam was getting held up by the Aston. And yeah, we have to try something. If I could have got my nose to the inside. The thing is, I can't lift out of that one because we're getting pushed anyway. Like, we're getting pushed into that corner, so whether I lift or not doesn't matter. And unfortunately, that one is going round. We may well get beaten by these I don't know. I think we held on to 12th just across that one. But there we go. God, dear. It was good fun. I mean, our speed... our speed was so much better than that. I don't know, genuinely don't know what we could have done. We just got stuck never being able to use our grip in that, which is a bit of a shame. It was a manic race, absolutely mad race, trying to fit so many cars into that. The Gliska train was real once again. If we could have got clear from that, who knows how fast we could have gone. But there we have it. Well done, Brazen, for taking victory with the Evo 10 up at the front. Brazen drove around on their own, very close between Dangerman and Impega. Whether we could have gone with Impega's Audi, I don't know. Probably not, looking at that speed. I don't think we were perhaps that quick, but we definitely could have gone faster. Well, it was an entertaining race. Well, there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versus the Community sign-up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.